Haven't even had this vehicle for a month, so this shouldn't have happened. Not sure how this happened or why it would have happened, but this is not in a good location. I tried to call roadside assistance. That didn't seem to be helpful. I'm going to try again. Yeah, I wasn't expecting this to happen, and I'm on the highway. Yeah, this is just not a good location. Well, it probably never is a good location for this. Yeah, I had a blowout. Yeah, you can check this out right here. Yeah, it's like this tire just exploded. Haven't even had this vehicle for a month, so this shouldn't have happened. These tires are basically brand new. And you see it exploded on the sidewall. I did get a warning my speed was limited to 50 miles an hour, but I had no idea that I had no idea that this was related to the tire. It's not until the tire basically exploded and the car started rumbling did it come up that my tire was out. Yeah, very interesting. No warning on the pressure. Not sure how this happened or why it would have happened, you know, considering it's a brand new tire. And this thing is just ripped to shreds. And I don't want to keep moving it to mess up my rim, but this is not in a good location. I tried to call roadside assistance. That didn't seem to be helpful. I'm going to try again. Yeah, I wasn't expecting this to happen. I do have a spare, but I didn't put it in this vehicle. So, and I was headed to an appointment on top of that. So, yeah, and I'm on the highway. Worst location for it to happen. I'm not too far off an exit, but yeah, this is just not a good location. Well, it probably never is a good location for this. Yeah, this is not good. This is yeah, this is not good at all. So yeah, I did call my wife to see if she can lift the spare tire up to get into the vehicle, into her Rivian, and bring it over to me. Yeah, so she's doing it right now. That tire is pretty darn heavy. I'm not even sure she can lift it. And I wish I had placed it in here, but I never really had the issue with my last tire. I did have a slow leak in it, my Rivian, but I never had a blowout. I can't remember the last time I had a blowout. Yeah, that had to be years and years ago, probably over 20 years ago. But yeah, so I'm wondering if there's something else with these Scorpion Pirelli tires, because this vehicle doesn't even have 2,000 miles on it. So, but yeah, I'll let you all know. I'll chime back in with you all later. I'm going to see if I can get a hold of roadside assistance, see if they can tow this thing someplace, you know, someplace safer anyway, where I can change the tire. Just to a parking lot close by, and yeah, hopefully I can get on with my day. But yeah, this is not cool. Now it has me wondering about the other tires on here. All right, well, I'll see you all back a little later. I'm attempting to call roadside assistance, but this doesn't seem to work too well. I had a blowout on my tire on the highway. I'm on the shoulder on the highway, yes. All right, thankfully my wife got the tire to me. All righty, and I had to bring my impact wrench. And I've never done this before, but we're gonna do it now. So I did put my cones out. I might take them a little farther out. I don't trust these people. And I might have to take my shirt off too. I can't get this all dirty. All right, so I got my tire out, and this is a Scorpion Zero. This is not even the MS, I don't think. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and just check out, look how shredded this thing is. This is pretty bad. But I'm going to get this jack under here and these chalk blocks, because this thing does come with some. I'm going to open this up too. And yeah, it does come with these, I call them chalk blocks, but to put these under the back tire so the vehicle will roll. Yeah, this one goes under here. So I'm ready to get this thing jacked up and I'll be back. Okay, I got it all changed out. That was a bit of a task, a bit hot out here. But pro tip, I always keep one of these. This made the job so much easier. So not only was I able to use this to get the lug nuts off of here, I was also able to use it on this end right here to jack it up, and it made jacking it up almost like a hydraulic wrench. So that came in handy. But yeah, these tires are heavy. I'm just going to show you what this tire looks like. So this is it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. And I don't see an obvious cause for this. It looks like it just ripped along the seam, as you can see. And let me know in the comment section if you experience something like this. I am going to make a warranty claim on this tire. This should not have failed. I mean, look at all the tread left on this thing. And I looked at my vehicle, I only have a little over 1,400 miles on my vehicle, so. But yeah, I'm ready to get this tire loaded in. I also have, I think, a suspension warning on my vehicle, so I'm not sure what that's about. Hopefully it'll clear up. I'm ready to make some service appointments for this vehicle. Yeah, this is, didn't have this experience in my last vehicle like this. I did have a slow leak, but nothing like this. But yeah, let me go ahead and get this tire in the tailgate. And I'll see you all back a little later. Okay, I pulled over. My tire's still showing 0 PSI. I've been driving for a few minutes. It should have reset. It's still showing that it hadn't updated since an hour ago. So what I'm doing now is I did the tire swap thing, and I'm going to see if that works. Installing. And I still have those warnings on here for my suspension. And so I'm in turtle mode. I think I'm limited to like 50 miles an hour, which is not cool. But we'll see. And yeah, so I put on the Sport Black, and that's what I just replaced it with. And so I'm going to see if that's going to clear the error with the tire pressure. But hey, this is just a minor annoyance. There can be a lot worse things happening to this. Yeah, so yeah, like I said, this is just a minor annoyance. You know, in the moment, yeah, I can feel like that this is the worst thing ever, but there's a lot worse things that can happen besides this. And my wife definitely came to the rescue on this. She was able to lift that heavy tire up, getting the back of the Rivian R1S right over here. So she's in the Rivian right there, the R1S. And you know, thankfully, I wish I should have put it in this vehicle, but I didn't. I was like, hey, it'd be a while before I even need a spare tire, so I'm not going to worry about that. But here we are. So, but what I didn't have my impact wrench, which that definitely came in handy with changing this tire out. Once I was able to get it, and you know, I guess while I'm out here, let me put this thing back up. But yeah, just using an impact wrench to jack that thing up, that was made it a whole lot easier. A lot easier. And I did make sure I got my cones up and also my tire blocks and put them back in the kit. And hopefully this is going to reset this. I don't suspect it will, but here's the trying, at least trying something. And I don't know why is this taking so long to do this. I could have done a hard reset like twice. And this thing says, let me just show you what this screen says right here. So it says here, installing 0%. And this is like the second time it went like this, went blank. Like it installed, and then I don't know if it's going through each tire or what it's doing here or how this is working, but this is how this is. And I guess in the meantime, I'm going to put this little piece back up underneath the vehicle. And this is one of the issues with these connected vehicles, with all this high-tech stuff on it, that it can make repairs a little more challenging sometimes. And there's that 22-inch Sport Dark. And I don't know, which one do you like best on here? Do you like the burnished bronze? Or do you like the Sport Dark? I don't know. Yeah, I like both of them. This does stand out a lot against that blue. It stands out quite a bit. Yeah, it looks pretty nice with that. Yeah, and this looks nice also. So I can go either way with one of these tires, but underneath here, this is the piece I'm talking about. So I'm just going to lock this back in. However, this goes up in here. I don't feel like getting on the ground, getting dirty again. Yeah, forget it. Yeah. They make these things so difficult. That's hard to put back on. That's not an easy repair. Okay, and we're still showing 0 PSI. So that did not fix this. Okay, this thing totally reset like I didn't even have the last update on here. Yeah, so this is not cool. This is whack. And you see right here, it says last updated at 1:08 p.m. and it's 2:44. So I'm not sure what the issue is with this. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get this little plastic piece back on, and I'm just trying to make my way back home, because, and then hopefully on the way, this will reset, but we'll see what happens. And I'll be back. Okay, so I made it back home, and finally it did update. So I'm gonna show you here that the tire pressure finally updated, and it's now showing 47 PSI for the front passenger tire that I repaired. Same thing right here. And so, and also the suspension warning went away also, so that's good. So I'm glad both of those cleared, and it may have gone away because maybe the tires, the wheels were imbalanced because of the flat tire. But let's go ahead and take a look at this again. Yeah, because it's pretty bad. It says pretty bad. And so let's just take a look at this tire here, and you give me your opinion. And also, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. I like bringing you this content, not this type of content, but hey, this could happen to you also, just so you know what to do. But if you don't have a spare tire, I highly recommend that you get one, because this was a lifesaver. I'm not sure what would have happened had I not had this here. But just look at this thing. This thing is shredded. And you let me know if you think, and it looks like it's ripped right along the seam. Like right along the seam. Yeah, that is pretty horrible how this just came apart. Look at that. Let's take a look at that. Pretty bad. Huh. And there's a tire pressure monitor there for this tire. But yes, it's pretty horrible. I'm just thinking I was going relatively slow. I was in the process of getting off the highway when this did happen. And I'm not sure if the car registered at first, because they had my speed limited to 50 miles an hour. And that's why I was getting off the highway. I was wondering what was going on, why was I limited? Because my tire pressure was still showing as if I had pressure in the tire at that moment. But that's one of my critiques about this vehicle. I know in my Chevy Volt, it would almost instantly let you know what the tire pressure was, as soon as maybe a few seconds, maybe 5-second delay. Well, this may take minutes to update. So I complained about that in my last vehicle. I had a slow leak, a flat tire that I had to replace. It was actually a fast leak, but slow enough to where I was able to put able to use that tire, the quick fix tire sealant in the tire to get that repair done. But this one, no, that obviously there's no amount of tire repair that's going to fix that. And so what I'm going to be doing next is I will be putting in a warranty claim for this tire here, because this should not have happened. I didn't hit anything. The tire was properly inflated. It was like 45 PSI, but it's temperature dependent. But it was within specifications. I didn't have any warnings for tire. I don't see any punctures. There was no nail holes or anything like this. Lots of tread on it. I have less than 1,500 miles on these tires. So that should not have happened. And yeah, so we'll see what happens with Pirelli, and I'll keep you informed as far as how they handle that situation. If they're going to come back and say this is something they're not going to cover, and how I'll make a video on that too if they decide they're not going to cover this. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. But that's all I have for today. I'd like to thank you for joining me once again, and I can't wait to see you on the next video.